Hatred is bad. There is no room for hatred. There is no tolerance for hatred. How many of you have heard that sentiment time and time again? Here's a question, a very weird question at first. Is hatred really bad? For one thing, it's often painted that people who hate others or hate something do so for no reason. That is flat out false. That is misinformation and disinformation, as they like to say. People never hate without a reason. You may not agree with the reason, but there is a reason regardless. A game comes out and you would like to double jump, the game removes double jump, you hate the game. You might think it's petty, nonsensical, that's no reason to hate the game, that's what you might think. But to characterize the person who hate the game as hating for no reason is intellectually dishonest. Let's use a type of people everyone can agree, or a type of mentality everyone can agree is acceptable. Let's say racism. Even racists have a reason for hating every other race apart from their own. The poster children for racism would be white people and black people. The former hating the latter, right? So why would white people hate black people? Well, one could be that they were told to hate us. They are told that we are of lesser quality than they are. We are subhuman. We will make the world, their world, noticeably worse. And so that's the reason for them to hate us. Some may observe our behavior. You may have a bunch of black people exhibiting jobless behavior, hanging around, smoking spliff, robbing, stealing, looting, and so on, dressed with them pants at them knees, like them a damn funny man. And law-abiding, wealthy white people may look at that and say, no, that is disgusting, that is repulsive, and this is mainly the culture of one race. Therefore, there's something in that race that makes them have a higher affinity for that type of behavior. So I hate them. You may also have some cases in which they have personal experience. Maybe their sister was attacked by a black person, and then they themselves were subsequently robbed by a black person who they tried to help off the street, for example. And because of that, they will say, you know what, I just hate all black people. Another reason might be some people might take a slightly scientific approach and say, well, black people tend to have the lowest IQ, therefore we are lesser than white people. Now, there are arguments and points again across any of these, starting back from the last one. If someone, because I've actually had someone say that to me, that that's the reason why white people are superior. This is many years ago, and they mentioned the IQ thing, that black people have lowest IQ, but they didn't know that I know that Asians have higher IQ than white people. So that's a simple question. If I take your approach, your mentality, that white people can enslave and treat black people poorly because that race has a higher IQ, you don't even need to get into statistics on how the average isn't representative of every single person. And you have outliers. Nothing but to mention that. Just taking them at that premise. That if white people can abuse black people because white people on a race has higher IQ, does this mean that Asians can abuse white people because Asians as a race have higher IQ? Chances are they won't like that, and so they will be forced to reconciliate or try to make some excuse, and then you can deal with it from there. Even if you think that reason is silly, that is still a reason. And you are not going to be winning over those persons if you pretend that their reason don't exist. If anything, you can drive them further into that belief, because they will say, the reason why you are clearly not attacking my arguments because you have no basis in doing that. Some people might say that for white people to hate black people simply because they were told to hate us, they were told that we were less than, they were told that we were bad for society, is very silly, and they don't have any critical thinking skills, and that would never happen to rational people. And to that, I can just say, the leftists and progressives have been telling you to hate non-leftists, conservatives, Republicans, Christians, because they are evil and they will destroy the world and they will destroy the marginalized people, and you blindly believe them, and you are clearly filled with hatred toward those people. So if you want to see how a group of people can be manipulated to hating others. You can just look at yourself. If you're a leftist, you hate Christians and conservatives and so on, and you have your own reason for it, but your reason is that you were told to hate them by someone else. Here's another thing. At least right now in 2023, pedophilia is not normalized yet. So because of that, I am fairly confident that there is no one who will openly criticize me or bash me for saying the following: I hate pedophiles because of their sexual attraction. I do not think it is normal. I do not think anything good can come from that. And that hatred is fine. But yet, if I were to say I hate alphabet people because of their sexual attraction, I don't think it is normal. Nothing good can come from that. Suddenly, that is hatred or hateful and bigoted. It is the exact same reason. Hating someone for their sexual attraction and you not thinking that sexual attraction has any merit. But depending on who is the target of that reasoning is the reason is gender fluid. It identifies as hatred in one instance and identifies as virtue in another. That makes no sense. That is inconsistent. So I do not think that we should fear hatred. And I don't think people should conceptualize themselves as being evil or others as being evil for hating something or someone. It's far more productive to reflect on the reasons why you feel that way and evaluate whether or not you can stand by those reasons if they are used against you. Even the ones who want to bash you for being filled with hate themselves hate you and hate others like you. So this is someone who is filled with hate, complaining that you are demonstrating hatred against something that they like.